I made my first purchase of 2025 and I want to show you some products here that I picked up. Foundation, bronzer, highlighter, mascara, and lip products, and an older blush, but this is the newest one in my collection. So let's get started. Oh, I wanted to show you my latest addition to my crochet stuffies or plushies. I crocheted this cute little 3 mini, I mean they're not mini, they're like a good size kitty cats. So I have like a mustard yellow, the rusty brown, and this is a nice pink for Valentine's. But one of my favorite creations that I've done is for babies or for anyone, for any child. And these are called snugglers. So you can see that they're not stuffed in. It's made out of like a baby blanket. Just the head is stuffed in and the little paws. It doesn't have a tail so that it's not a choking hazard. And it has embroidered eyes and they're just so cute. My daughter already has one and she loves it, and this is one that I have on my Etsy shop that I'm selling. I'm planning on making more colors, so if you're interested in any, let me know, or let me know if you prefer any specific colors. If you'd like to place an order, I would love to do that for you. But yeah, look how cute they are. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so I have a new foundation in today's video. I don't know if it's new on the market. It's definitely new to me. But I'm going to start with a sunscreen. I know this works under a lot of my favorite foundations, and this is by Supergoop SPF 50. I have been so exhausted. So my husband's away on a business trip. He's coming home tomorrow, but he's been gone for 4 or 5 days total. And right when he left, I think my daughter developed a sinus infection from her description, how everything was here for her, then a sore throat. So pretty good at determining to know whether it's viral or bacterial based on symptoms, but this was something new because she's never had that problem. And I know that every time my husband goes away, a sickness happens that just, makes me so worried. I'm all alone here with 2 kids, and thank God my son can actually drive now. He was so helpful buying us like ice cream and popsicles for sore throat and buying lunch. And it was just amazing because he was very helpful. I don't know what I would have done without him. So anyways, yeah, my daughter developed that. Then she had a little bit of a mild fever. Maxim was 38.0. So I thought she's getting better, but then her throat was swelling up. She said when she swallows, she feels like something stuck there. So her uvula, that I think it's called the uvula, the little thing in the back of your throat, it looked swollen and connected to the tongue. So that really worried me. It was like 6 p.m. and I'm like, I don't want her to go to sleep. What if her throat swells up? It's going to be a medical emergency. So I took her to a walk-in clinic. I was so lucky to find this walk-in clinic. And the doctor finally, after 2 hours, we waited, which is totally fine because it was a walk-in clinic in the evening, took her and prescribed her some antibiotics. And after taking 2 antibiotics that night and then the following day, her throat felt like no more pain. She still has that feeling of stuffiness here, but I think it's the bacterial infection. I think it slowly has to go away. But that was really scary because I read some things that can swell up and it blocks your breathing. So I was very worried about that. So we actually went to the doctor, we got antibiotics, and we're all good now. My husband's coming home tomorrow, so everything is settling now better. So I'm talking about this foundation that I just picked up. This is by Bobbi Brown, the Weightless Skin Foundation SPF 15. I picked mine in the shade N012 Porcelain. So it looks really, really pretty. It's glass. It's made in Canada. And I wanted to try it. I don't have a Bobbi Brown foundation and I wanted to try it. I know there's some new foundations and skin tints coming out. But yeah, look how gorgeous this looks. So it's very nice glass, frosted. Let's give it a try. You have to shake it really good. So that was kind of my adventure, being home alone with the kids. But yeah, my son started driving now, so I'm letting him, he's all insured now, so I'm letting him drive around more by himself. Oh, it comes with a pump, so it's very practical, nice. I love the logo of Bobbi Brown on the cap as well, so pretty. It's been crazy. I look tired because I am tired. So let's see. I'm just gonna squirt. I'm not gonna put a primer or my Charlotte Tilbury yet, but it's very, very liquidy, as you can see. And I want to see how this looks on my skin. Oh, I love the feeling. It has a very nice smell, not too crazy, but I actually love it. And you know what? This gives me impression based on how it feels right now of the, which one is it? Shiseido, I think. Also Laura Mercier too. So I'm getting kind of that feeling. Let's start with a brush and see how this looks. When I apply it, this is my Nude Sticks double-ended brush. Oh, I think the shade is very good because I'm quite fair and I didn't want to go with another one. And I think this one has rosy undertone and it's just perfect. Oh yeah, it blends super nice with the brush. I'm gonna do with a sponge on this side to see if we're gonna have the same. Ooh, look how pretty that is. So I'm gonna use this dampened sponge and just see how it absorbs it, or if we get any coverage with this. Okay, so what I notice is that when you apply it with a brush, you get a little bit more glowiness. When you apply it with a sponge, it's not as glowy. It's a little bit more matte looking, which is still very pretty because it still feels very hydrated. I love it. Let's see, should we build it up a little bit more? Why not? Just gonna add a little bit more like this. Yeah, and let's go with the brush first. But yeah, it was a crazy couple days, and now my son has exams, so my daughter's in school finally. She was home for 2 days. I kept her home, and my son has exams, so he went to pick up his friend, and I let him drive to school for the first time. I have to mark that down because I like all this type of milestones. I like to mark it down in my children's journal. Since they were born, I kept journal on when they lost their first tooth, when they lost the second tooth, when they lost every tooth possible, when they went to daycare, when they first started talking, walking, eating solid foods and breastfeeding and all that type of stuff. So I have all of their milestones written down up to my son is 16 and my daughter is 13. So, and I'm still continuing to write down all these milestones. Like he drove for the first time to school. He drove for the first time on his own to my parents' house. So yeah, it's just, I love to do that and then look back. And the kids actually love looking at their journals too and laughing. But I think this foundation is superb. I'm going to zoom you in. Okay, so this is as close as it gets. Look how pretty this is. It feels very lightweight. I think I prefer applying it with a brush. You can see the luminosity with a brush. And then here, obviously, we first applied it with a sponge and then a brush. But I think it looks really good with a brush. Okay, let's move on to the next product here. Bronzer. So I have a bronzer and highlighter all in one. And look at this. This is by Beautyblender, the Bounce Bronzer and Highlighter. I got mine in the shade Light. So there's 2 in 1. I will show you. So that's what it looks like. And when you open it up, the top is the highlighter. This is in the shade Pearl. And I will swatch it. And on the bottom, you have to twist. Then you have the bronzer, and the bronzer is in the shade Buff. See the bronzer? There is the bronzer. Very intense. It's, even though it's the lighter shade, it still looks quite reddish. Hopefully it's not going to look too red on my skin tone. And then the highlighter. Oh, it feels very creamy. I don't know if that's a powder or not, but look at that. Oh, that's such a pretty highlighter. I love a highlighter that feels very soft and not powdery and chunky. So that's a good sign. Let's go in with the bronzer. I think I'm going to use this one, my Rose Ink number 3 brush, because it's quite clean. And let's go into the bronzer and see. Don't want to apply too much in one spot. Oh, it's very pretty. It doesn't feel heavy at all. And it feels, obviously, it's creamy because it's a cream product. I like it. Let's see. It gives me more NARS, kind of the NARS Laguna bronzer, I think. It feels the same. Feels very, very lightweight. I'm barely touching the container. I'm just going to add it and then I'm going to blend it. So you can see the color there. It's really pretty. Okay, I didn't expect this. I was expecting to be more reddish, which reddish ones I don't really like. I kind of like more, you know, neutral, more natural looking. But I think that this is really pretty. Look how soft. And it doesn't emphasize any type of texture. It's gorgeous. Okay, let's add more on the forehead here. If you add too much, then you can always go with your beauty sponge. My son went right now to school, and I do have an app called Life 360 on both kids, just for their own safety and for my own peace of mind, to make sure that they arrive safely wherever they go. So it wasn't working, and guess what? Apparently something's wrong with the network. So now I'm in contact with the phone company. Like, it's ridiculous. Public Mobile, if you are with Public Mobile, they're not a good company. They provide all these great deals, but my calls drop, my internet's not working, then they fix something, they make you think like you fix something, it works for a while, then it stops working. It's just they're so annoying. So I'm dealing with that right now. But anyways, let's move on to the highlighter. And then I'm gonna go with the blush. So I'm gonna use this Moda brush. This is a highlighter brush. And let's see, I'm curious. Ooh, very natural. I love that. Like, when I apply it, it feels like I'm applying cream, very hydrating cream. Now this is gonna bring the love for highlighter back into my life, because sometimes I skip that step because I feel like the highlighter sometimes looks very drying in this area and emphasizes these lines, but this is pretty. So look at that highlighter. Very nice. You can see what it looks like. It looks very creamy. Okay, so yeah, this is a hit for sure. Also the foundation, I'm loving. That's another hit, but we'll talk about all this at the end. Let's move on to blush. You have seen this blush before. This is by Huda Beauty, and this is the blush filter. And the shade I have is Latte. And I think the way I'm going to apply this, I'm just going to go in the back of my hand like that. There it is. And I'm going to use the same brush, which is this one that I use for bronzer, and dip it in there and just add it on my cheek. That way it combines with that nice highlighter, bronzer all in one. I've used this product on the lips as well. It looks really nice. I love the shade Latte. It's so pretty. So definitely love this highlighter, blush, and bronzer combo. Let's do the lips. Okay, so I have these two new products. I have a Refy lip liner, and I'm sure you guys seen me use this before. Same with this one, the Summer Fridays. This is the Lip Butter Balm in Hot Cocoa, which is, I think, a limited edition, but I love the color, so I got it. So this Refy is in the shade Dusk, and how this works is it's a lip liner like this. And then after you apply it, you can fill in the lips as well. You apply the other side to kind of set in your lip liner and lips. So I'm going to take this lip gloss off. I was wearing the Dior Lip Glow Oil on my lips. This from the beginning of the video. And this is in the shade 007 Raspberry. Very hydrating. So let's do the lips. It is so pretty. It's a really pretty color. I think I want to get another one, if I can still find this, that is more nude brown than reddish brown. Okay, so now I'm going to go with the other side, which is, it feels very interesting. It looks like it's a lip gloss type of spatula, but it's just a spatula that has, can you guys see that? It looks like it has Vaseline on it. So let's add it to the lips. And this is supposed to set in your lips. It makes your lips feel very velvety. Non-drying. It doesn't settle into your lips. It doesn't dry down into your lip lines. And it's a very interesting feeling. Like nothing comes off. So it's nothing. It's just the Vaseline. So it looks pretty. And now I like to go with the Summer Friday in Hot Cocoa. It has the hot cocoa taste. Not a super big fan of the smell. I think I like more fruity than chocolate and cocoa coffee type of smell. And it has the brown shade. But you don't have to worry, it doesn't stay long. It feels very hydrating. Yeah, and I think it gives a very nice to your lips. Now, if I were to choose between these two, I would choose this one. I love the cherry one a lot more. I love this one too, but I think that taste and smell kind of keeps me away from it. But I think I like the cherry color more. This is very pretty too. I have to wear it on its own and see how it looks on my natural lips, not combined with the Refy, and see. So let's quickly do the eyes. For eyes, I don't have anything. I mean, I do have the Chantecaille, but you guys have seen it before, so I don't want to use Chantecaille again. But I'm going to go into this Natasha Denona Hyper Natural Face Palette, and I'm going to use the bronzer section right here for more of a transition. And then I think I'm just going to go into this all over the eyelid. Then we're going to come back with a new mascara. But let's do this on the eyes while I have you here. So I'll zoom you in. As I was saying, my weekend and days have been crazy lately. Dela is such a trooper because I just don't like to see the kids being sick. I don't like it at all. It stresses me out. And when I'm stressed out, I don't eat. I haven't eaten very well. I did eat, obviously, because I don't want to pass out. I'm here to take care of the kids. But it feels like my stomach shrinks and I can't eat because I'm so stressed out. I'm worried. I was waking up, checking up on her to make sure that she's okay. And I'm amazed that she actually needed antibiotics. So, you know, thank God we decided to go, because I thought it was a viral thing, right? So for viral, you don't need antibiotics. If it's bacterial, you do. So I'm very thankful that this doctor knew what he's doing and made Dela feel better. So that's all that matters. And now I'm worried because my son is driving on his own. There's always something to worry about. Is it just me? Or is everyone else like that? Like if you have kids, you think that it gets easier as they get older, but you know what they say, like how they say, it doesn't get easier. It's the same, or it even gets harder. So now I'm going to go into that shade Dreamy, which is more, looks like it's a wet look, and just use it all over the eyelid. Yeah, no, it doesn't get easier. It gets scarier too. But they are very responsible and good kids, so I have nothing to worry about. It's just me. It's all me and my head. Ooh, that is so pretty. So makeup makes me happy. Crocheting makes me happy as well. And relaxes my mind, what I'm trying to say. But that looks so pretty. I think I don't want to add anything else underneath the lash line. I still have a little bit of brown eyeliner from this morning, which I didn't wash off. I left it. And let's use this new mascara. Okay, so I'm almost done my Marcel Ultimate Volume Mascara. You guys know how much I love it. I was tired of the drugstore mascaras. I didn't have any in my collection anymore. And I think this was on sale. So I bought this from Sephora. And it was very close to the price of what you get from the drugstore. So I thought I might as well try it. And it is also a tubing mascara. So I bought the Tartelette Extra Large Tubing Mascara, and I want to see if my lashes is going to look like this or not. Because what I look into a mascara is one coat. I want one coat on the top, and whatever I have left on the actual mascara wand, use on the bottom. I don't like to dip to use on the bottom. Then I dip again and use on the other one. So that's what I look for into mascara. Into a mascara that is good for me is to give me this lashes volume length into one coat. I don't like to apply two coats. So this is in the shade Black, Extra Large Tubing. I'm excited. So you get here, oh, that's really cute. Extra love for you and your lashes. It's nice and lavender. Wow, this feels heavy. Heavier than a regular mascara, not too crazy, but look how pretty it looks, the gold with the lavender. I love it. So when we open it up, it feels very high quality. I actually love the wand. I love this type of wands as well. So let's try it, okay? So I like to go close to the lashes and bring it up. So far, I am loving what I'm seeing and what I'm feeling on my lashes. Like, look at that darkness and length and volume it has provided by just one application, and that's it. Okay, that looks pretty. It doesn't feel heavy or clumpy. Let's do the bottom lashes. Since it's a tubing mascara, you shouldn't be worried about smudging or flaking. So I'm not double dipping back. This is all with that whatever I have left on here. Okay, this looks insane. This looks even better than the actual picture. You can see? So that's the actual picture, and that's my eye. Looks really pretty. Love it. I think this is my new favorite now. Because look at this. You can't go wrong with this, right? It's just so, so beautiful. Okay, so this is what it looks like from afar. What else do we have in here? Okay, so let's review and let you know my thoughts on the products. I don't think there's a flop in today's video, so I'm telling you right now that I have loved everything. The foundation, I was scared because I have so many favorite foundations and I know what I like in a foundation. I want it to be lightweight. I want it to have a perfect match. I want it to have a little bit of glow, not too much glow to make me look like I'm sweaty or oily. I don't like drying. I want it to be a little like more coverage than light coverage, which I think this provided. What else do I want? It has SPF, which is a bonus, of course. So far, it has not dried down my skin. I noticed a little bit more dryness here where I've applied it with just a brush, with the sponge for some reason. Maybe my sponge was not wet enough. It's more on the dry side, so we'll keep trying. But I love how this foundation applies with a brush and then a sponge. So if you like either or, it works great, not a problem. Now for the bronzer, the Beautyblender bronzer and highlighter, this is so pretty. I love this because I can take this on vacations with me. It's all a 2-in-1. You can use this on the eye as well. I should have used it on the eye today, but it's okay. I went for powder on my eyes. I love this color. I think it's pretty. Very similar to the Shimmy Haze bronzer as well. I love that one too. Very similar to the NARS Laguna. I love the quantity in here that you get. Let me see. For the highlighter, you get 4.5 grams, which is 0.15 ounces. For the bronzer, you get 14 grams, which is 0.49 ounces. And then here is the beautiful highlighter. This is my top favorite highlighter. I don't think I love this even more than my Dior. Dior one is more chunky glitters to create that highlight. This is more soft, more natural looking. So I would definitely recommend this one over the Dior one. Okay, for blush, I love my Huda Beauty blush. This is such a beautiful shade. Latte, it's a beautiful, beautiful blush. For lips, I really love this Refy one. I think I prefer to buy one more latte, more nude brown on my lips, but I love this color as well, don't get me wrong. This lasts a long time. It doesn't like go onto your coffee mug or onto your water bottle. It lasts for many hours. I went to the hockey game and I still had a really nice lined lips. You can just use it as a liner, not fill in your lips with this. But very hydrating. I love the feeling. I love the look from this product. I want to buy more shades for sure. I love my Summer Friday, but I think I like the smell and the taste on my lips from the cherry one better than the hot cocoa. But I love this brown as well. And mascara is what surprised me. I love the tubing mascara, the way it looks, the way it applies, the way it made my lashes look so more voluminous and lengthening and separated. And it's a tubing one, so all I have to use is warm water and like do this to your lashes and it will come off. So I'm excited about that. Anyways, I recommend everything in here. You don't need to go buy anything, but I wanted to try these products. I haven't seen people talk much about any of these products, and I wanted to give them a chance, so I bought them and reviewed them for you. So I hope you guys really enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to subscribe, and I cannot wait to see you in my next one. Love you guys. Bye.